What's up, Crazed Nation? I'm Crazed Reviews, and today I'm bringing you a brand new discussion video for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, Episode 7. Let's get right into it. I can't believe we're already on Episode 7, so we're over halfway done with this season, which kind of sucks because, you know, then you're like really bummed out because season's about to end. But I don't know if they're going to roll over into next season. I have to check that out. But for now, let's get into discussing episode 7, which was pretty interesting. I mean, we are introduced to a new enemy and his stand, which is Hazamada, and his stand is Surface, or Show Off in the anime, which I don't get it. Like, copyright reasons I get, but Surface, like, I could get if you're trying to name a character The Rock and it's like, whoa, I'm going to get in trouble with WWE, man, because, you know, we can't just have the most electrifying stand in all of JoJo Entertainment and call him The Rock, so we're going to have to call him The Sock. But, you know, when you say something like Surface, I don't know, it kind of felt like they were changing it just to change it at that point. But anyways, so, Surface is the stand, and what is most interesting about it is that he possesses this, well, it comes off saying that he possessed a doll. Now, I don't know, this stand, you know, I don't even know, man. That was just a whole lot of weird stuff, so, you know, all I got was it possessed a doll, and now everyone can see it and touch it, and, you know, once you touch it, it actually shapeshifts into the person who touched it. Basically, Josuke touches the wooden figure that it possessed, which is a doll that you would, it's not really a doll, I would say it's more of a figure that you would see in an art class that you would like sketch and stuff. So it touches it, and now it shapeshifts into Josuke himself. So there's two Josukes. Just the copycat version has a screw in his forehead, so you can tell which one is real and which one's not. But apparently a lot of characters didn't really say, well, I can tell the difference because there's a screw in the head. They're all like, whoa, I could barely tell the difference between the two of you. It was crazy. So, if Jotaro, like, met up with them and didn't question why there was a screw in his head and fell victim to him, I'd be kind of disappointed. Like, that should be a dead giveaway. I mean, you're already looking there. You should be eye contact, you know. Don't just be looking around, looking down there, you know. Keep your eyes up, big boy. Anyways, so, enough joking around. That's pretty much Hazamada's stand, and it's a scary stand. You gotta think about it, honestly. Because if you can copycat people, and then make the person that is copycatting do his bidding, basically, if you didn't notice by now, the stand's ability is to copycat the person who touched it and make them do whatever it wanted. Like, for instance, there are two scenarios where it tried to make the person that it copycatted stab itself or themselves in the eye. Worked on the first guy in the start of the show, okay? Didn't work on Josuke. Could have worked, but we saw that Kyochi used his stand ability to actually make it sound like he did stab him in the eye and gave that squish feeling, which, you know, did definitely save Josuke right there from losing an eye. So after all that, they go to call Jotaro up and say, hey, there's a stand user in my school, let's meet up somewhere and chat about it, you know, maybe have some tea and maybe cookies, I don't know what you like, Jotaro, but we can have some. Heck, even if you're a coffee user, we'll drink some coffee, you know. So they go to run off to meet Jotaro as well as Josuke and Kyoshi try to beat them to Jotaro. But in the mix of trying to meet up with Jotaro, Hazamada and his stand get into a little situation where this girl comes up to the stand because he looks like Josuke, and she's like, here's a love letter, and then runs off and everything. And Hazamada, he's just like, oh man, fucking females, I hate them all, they never say anything nice to me, never say goodbye to me, never say hi to me, I just can't get a girl. And he's like expressing all this anger towards women, and goes in to punch his stand, which, hey, he's made of wood, so apparently, it still feels like wood no matter, what form he takes. So he ends up like bloodying up his hand, and he touches this biker's motorcycle, which, gets a feud going between them because he's calling him a cockroach, and Hazamada is like, well, screw you, guy, I gotta stand, and tries to, cause harm to them. But within that time, they're stalling, so Josuke and Kyoshi do end up catching up to them, and Josuke throws a shard of glass, which is from a bottle that they broke. The stand of Hazamada's does catch it, but after catching it, he reforms the bottle with his stand, Josuke's stand. And within the process of reforming that bottle, it cuts off the hand of Hazamada's stand, the surface. So, he's missing a hand. It reformed as a stump of wood. So, hey, if you ever manage to do damage like that, I guess he's going to revert back to wood wherever you cut him. Anywho, so Hazamada runs off, tries to go after to meet up with Jotaro, and Josuke and Kyoshi are like, well, you know what, we got you, Kyoshi, we got a plan. They're running by the train station. Let's slow them down, make them run up the stairs and around the platform. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to have Kyoshi's stand actually do the sound for the bells that alert you that a train is coming by, a ding, ding, ding. So Hazamada is going to be like, whoa, train's coming. I'll loop around, but, hey, Josuke's not going to catch up because he's going to have to do the same exact thing anyways. But since there's no train going around, Josuke can run through like it's nothing, while they have to kind of loop around, which takes a little more time, which makes Josuke and Kyoshi meet up with Jotaro even sooner, and they tell them all about Hazamada and his stand, the surface, and everything. But there's this store, and on the other side of the window is, guess what, Hazamada and his stand. So they force Josuke to take out a pin from Jotaro's coat pocket, which, how would they even know that he would have a pin in his coat pocket in the first place? Because it was in the inside. It wasn't like he pulled it out earlier and showed that he likes to keep a pin right there. So to, be like, yeah, definitely, he's going to have a pin, and it's going to be in this pocket. It's kind of like, whoa, random. If there wasn't a pin in that pocket, would he have been like, oh, let me feel around in these other pockets? It didn't seem like Jotaro cared, so, But basically what he was going to do is make Josuke stab Jotaro in the back of the head with a pin. He's got a pin fetish. And I'm telling you, Hazamada has a pin fetish, because all of his killings that we know of, or that he attempted, has always dealt with a pin of some sort, except for the part where he took a box cutter and tried to do a little something to that biker dude. Yeah. This guy likes pins a little too much. Go-to weapon, a pin. Why a pin? I don't know. The pen is mightier than a sword, apparently. So, pun, yeah, haha. Anyways, so before they could make Josuke stab Jotaro with a pen, those biker dudes did meet up and beat the ever living crap out of Azumata. Yeah. So basically, Josuke did heal up the biker dudes and everything, and they decided, you know what, we gotta get back at this Hazamata kid. And while they were beating him up, apparently his stand just reverted back to the doll, and Josuke took care of it at the end of this episode. So it looks like this enemy is not gonna last 2 episodes. It's just this one quick episode for this enemy. And we should be moving on to the next one. We did see the Red Hot Chili Pepper stand at the end of this, but I feel like this stand is just going to keep popping up every so often before we actually see who the stand user is and a fight with this stand exactly. So, other than that, it was a really great episode, you know. I was really surprised that they actually had something this OP and they only did so little with it. I feel like they could have actually probably extended this into a second episode, show off the stand a little more, do a little more with the stand, instead of just be like, hey, I'm gonna copycat you, make you pick up a pen, and use it on yourself. Like, they could have done more manipulative things, like use the stand and other ways and whatnot, but it seems that they went with a shorter route with it. I'm not going to complain about it. It still was good. I really did enjoy that stand. You know, the stand ability was creative nonetheless, and I definitely wouldn't mind of seeing more of that stand and the user. Well, actually, you know, who cares about the user? The stand was really the spotlight there. But other than that, we did see that one girl that we always see in the outros and intros of this season's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which, you know, just looks like, hey, they're finally about to introduce her into the story. I do believe she's going to be the main female character that Josuke does end up getting with later in the series here. I would like to see more of her. I want to know, you know, what's she about, what's she like, and, you know, hopefully she does have a good story behind her, you know. It'd be cool, you know, if she happened to be a stand user. I know she's most likely 100% not stand user. It'd just be really cool to see, like, her just be, like, an important role to the story other than being a damsel in distress or a, just, hey, I'm a girl and I like you, you know, want to be my boyfriend kind of deal. I mean, it's most likely kind of going to be that route, I guess. But, you know, it'd be really cool if they did something else with her character. I never read the manga, so heck, maybe they did, maybe they didn't, who knows. But, you know, she's going to have some kind of role into the story later on. Just, what is it going to be? Anywho, that's it for my discussion. If you enjoyed this discussion video, please leave a like, as it would be greatly appreciated. It helps support the channel and it makes me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside, as well as subscribing. It's cool if you're new. If you're not new, what you need to do is tell someone who is new that they should definitely subscribe. No questions asked. And as always, keep it steezy, and I'll see you in the next dang video.